All right, let's take a look to see what's happening in the markets today. And today is Wednesday, September 8th, and we're doing this in 15 minutes or less so that you know what is moving the markets. And with me in the studio is my head coach, Margot. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning, Marcus.
All right, let's see what's going on. Not a whole lot, although we did have some action yesterday, right? So what happened yesterday? Looking at the indices.
Yeah, Dow was actually leading the indices lower. Dow saw a pretty decent slide, down 0.8%. So open lower yesterday and continued to fall and close near session lows there. The S&P also lower, not seeing the same type of drop as the Dow, but similar move with a lower open and then a slight fall. But the Nasdaq shook everything off, opened slightly higher, and saw a new record close.
Well, yeah, new record close, but let's take a look at this. I mean, up 23 points on an index that's trading at 15,600. So that's 0.1%. I mean, this we're barely eking out another record here. Not a whole lot going on. So, I
Hey,
mean,
if you were in a race and you beat by this much, it's still a record.
all right. I'll give you this. Well, it just seems that we are going in a typical September. I mean, September is traditionally the weakest month, and it seems that right now investors are kind of bracing for it, and we see something that's very typical here. I mean, Dow down, Nasdaq up. Probably sometime later this week we will have the same thing, but reversed. We will have the
Exactly.
Nasdaq down and the Dow up. So I mean, this is where typically September is a very volatile month. So and keep in mind, I mean, if you're looking at the S&P 500 and a weekly chart here, uh, we have been going for almost a year without a single 5% pullback. So I mean, at some point, it's got to happen.
Agreed. Agreed.
All right, but hey, I think the big news yesterday was Bitcoin. I mean, let's go to a daily chart of Bitcoin and see what happened there. So, what do you think about this drop that happened yesterday?
Honestly, this thing just plummeted out of nowhere. And the news, we mentioned it yesterday, but El Salvador officially making Bitcoin a legal tender, and the Salvadorian government buying 400 Bitcoins and creating wallets that people could sign up for, where I think they get $30 in Bitcoin, and so that was the big news. And then there was a Reddit group that was trying to also hype up the buying of Bitcoin and encouraging everybody to buy it. And so there are all these reasons to potentially see Bitcoin rally, but I think we have a classic buy the rumor, sell the news situation, because Bitcoin just fell from highs that were last seen in May, down 10%.
I mean, yeah, it's really, I mean, at some point yesterday, we were down as much as 19% from the high and then leveling off. And so today also slightly lower and didn't only affect Bitcoin, I mean, also Dogecoin and Ethereum, pretty much
Yeah,
the same pattern here. I mean, so it wasn't only Bitcoin because, yeah, that's now the
cryptos.
legal, a legal tender, a legal currency in El Salvador. But it basically dragged down all cryptocurrencies. Yeah, and you said sell to the rumor. No, buy the rumor, sell the news. I want to say sell the facts.
Sure, sure.
All right. Hey, since you're already there, let's talk about Coinbase. I mean, Coinbase this morning down 3% after sliding yesterday 4%. So, very interesting. Yesterday, it seems that there were some outages as cryptocurrencies were gone wild. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that. I heard about another concern with Coinbase, but there were some outages.
That's what I saw on some Reddit forums.
Okay.
But yeah,
Because I was reading that Coinbase said that they received a notice from the SEC of possible enforcement action over its interest earning product called Coinbase Lend, which they're looking to launch over the next few weeks. And basically, the SEC is intending to sue Coinbase over that lending product.
Well, the interesting thing here is that they announced it on their blog, right? It's not that the
Yeah,
SEC has announced it. And I don't know if this is a good thing if you try to be proactive here and saying, hey, I think the SEC is going to sue us without waiting for the official notice from the SEC. What do you think? Does the SEC like this if the news break not from the SEC as an agency, but from a blog post on the company's website?
I mean, probably not. And it's interesting because yeah, I read part of the blog, and Coinbase had said that they'd been working with the SEC over the last 6 months because they were asking about the product, and they even went so far as saying they don't even know why the SEC hasn't even told them why they're suing, but I'm pretty sure they know why. It sounds like the all of the concern ties to the definition of securities and Coinbase wanting to say that the lending product and cryptos and what's going on is not, it doesn't fall into the security category, and it's not an investment contract or note. And I think the SEC sees it more as, just like you would earn interest in a savings account, not much, but
Yeah.
I think that they want to apply the same rules there, and Coinbase wants to skirt those rules. So we'll see what happens there. But it seems like anytime the SEC is threatening to sue you, probably
Not a
not
good
the best
deal.
thing.
Yeah, so they're down 3.3%. Let's take a look at a few other stocks that are moving this morning. Let's talk about Tesla.
Yeah,
So Tesla, I mean, holy cannoli. Let me just see if I can reset my chart here. I mean, I switched over to a weekly chart because Tesla, after having had a tough year, so in the beginning of the year, they made new record highs. Then they dropped down from what 900 to 550. I mean, this is a pretty substantial drop. Now back
yeah.
to 761, and here are the news this morning. What did you see?
I saw that in China, their Chinese car sales jumped in August. So in August, they had 12,885 sales compared to 8,621 in July. So that's a nice little jump.
That's a 50% jump. Yeah, I'm surprised that it's not reacting more because I mean China is a pretty big market for Tesla. So
And yeah, and it's proving to be on the right track there. So
we'll see. All
that's
right,
good
what
news
else
for
is moving
Tesla.
this morning?
Let's see.
Citrix.
Neo.
Hmm?
Oh, Citrix. Okay, Citrix is good.
What is it? It's not CTRX. It's CTXS.
CTXS.
There we go. Okay, let's go to a daily chart here. And oh my gosh, I mean, in earnings, when they announced earnings, they dropped significantly from 116 to 96. I mean, this is here a pretty good drop, but then this morning, they're back up at 111. So what's happening here? I mean, huge, big jump, almost to pre-earnings levels here.
Yeah, I saw that the Wall Street Journal reported that the hedge fund Elliott Management has a $1 billion plus position in the software company. So it sounds like with such a huge position with that fund, some traders, investors are trying to piggyback that. If they're taking such a big position, they must have some uh, real belief in this company rallying
It
or doing
seems like
better.
this. So it seems to be that they went on a shopping spree and bought it probably pretty cheap at around the 100 level. I mean, right now, I mean, if you're investing $1 billion and you're making 10%, I mean, that's an easy $100 million. That happened pretty much
Not too
overnight.
shabby.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. All right, what else do we have?
Neo.
Neo, another electric car maker. Well, for them, it's going in the opposite direction. So Tesla going up, Neo going down. So they're down right now 2.29% in pre market trading. What's happening here?
Yeah, so last I looked, they were down about 3%. So coming off of some of those overnight lows, but they announced a $2 billion stock offering with proceeds meant for, quote, to strengthen or further strengthen its balance sheet as well as for general corporate purposes. So I, I'm, I mean, if you're going to offer or make a $2 billion stock offer and you think that it would be a little more substantial or the reasoning,
Well, plus
let's
it's
just,
diluting
give me a
the
little more money.
shares, right? So this is why
Yeah,
also
yeah.
we're going down here. So yeah, I mean, Neo, taking advantage of the slightly higher valuation that they are having right now by issuing more stocks and raising capital. We'll see. And yeah, almost sounds like let's just do it, and we'll figure out what to do with the money once we have it.
Yeah, that's how I read it. For general corporate purposes. What
Yeah,
are they going to buy it yet?
I mean, that's that's a super blanket statement, right? And this is why
Yeah.
investors say, okay, so first of all, you're diluting the stock, and secondly, what are you planning to do with it? And this is why they're down 2.4% this morning. But as I said, yeah, they're coming off the lows; they were down more than 3%. Okay,
Yeah.
what else do we have?
Well, earnings are few and far between, but Coupa Software, COUP, Coop. We traded this in our mastermind group after that last drop there.
Yeah,
Um, so they're up 4% pre-market. They actually reported a surprise earnings beat. They reported 26 cents a share, and analysts were expecting a 6-cent loss. And they also reported better revenue. So traders liking that news pre-market. It looks like it's getting back up towards the highs that were established in July.
yeah. Let's also take a look at PayPal. So mergers and acquisitions still running hot right now. So PayPal also up 1.6% because now they are acquiring a Japanese buy now pay later company, and the deal is worth $2.7 billion. And this comes shortly after Square. Let's take a look at Square. Because Square earlier announced, when was it, last month, I believe, that they are buying an Australian company called Afterpay, yeah, for a buy now, pay later. And Amazon did the same thing with a company called Affirm, right? And this is also a buy now, pay later. So it seems that also PayPal joining the party here of buy now, pay later companies, of buying them up. And I mean, pretty substantial deal. I mean, $2.7 billion, that's something.
Yeah, yeah, that's something like you said. Hey, Marcus, it was interesting. Sorry, I was a little distracted because I wanted to mention that GME is reporting after the bell, so not many earnings coming out now with the earnings season essentially over, but GME reporting after the bell. And then I saw AMC because AMC was up almost 9% yesterday.
Yeah,
And this is something that we've seen more and more where cryptos have a bad day and then meme stocks have a good day. And even CLOV was another meme stock where it went crazy and then has gone sideways. Yesterday, that jumped 22%.
yeah. I must say though, with AMC, there's something behind this move because last weekend the latest Marvel movie was released, Shang-Chi, and I
Oh,
mean it was the second best movie opening weekend. So it seems that there is definitely a return to the cinemas movement. So this might
that's a
have
good
played a
point.
role. But I agree. I mean, it's a meme stock, and as I said, yeah, out of Bitcoin into the meme stocks. But I think with AMC, the move is a little bit more substantial than with the other stocks. But yeah, also pre-market can sustain it down 1.5%. All right. Hey,
Yep.
finally, I want to take a look at Apple. Apple up yesterday 1.5%. This morning up 0.2% because they yesterday announced the Apple event. And it's coming up fairly quickly. It's already next Tuesday. So this is where they usually, in these events, they are unveiling their new iPhones as well as updates to the Apple Watch, iPads, and also the, what is it, the earbuds? What do you call them?
Yeah. You know,
I
I just
things in
got
ear.
I just got
AirPods.
my
There we
first
go.
pair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I like them. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if I'd like them, but How about
So
that?
we'll see if they do actually announce its new iPhone, because last year with COVID and the supply shortage, they only announced at this event the new Apple Watch and iPads, and they moved the unveil of the iPhone to October. But I mean, right now everybody is assuming they are doing it right here next week, so that we will know more about the iPhone 13. And I still don't think that they will call it iPhone 13. Why would you call it iPhone 13? Yeah, I mean, you don't have a 13th floor in hotels, you don't have a 13th row in airlines. So, I mean, iPhone 13? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Hey, if you would like to know how we trade these crazy markets, we have a few videos popping up right now with the wheel strategy and the Power X strategy. Take a look at these, and we're getting ready to trade the markets live right now. All right. Have a great rest of your day.
Happy trading, everybody.